So the Long Hop Cricket podcast Twitter is revived, re-energised. New lease of life, and that's because of me. Owen, you left that to die for months. No, Owen did not tweet once on the Long Hop Cricket podcast Twitter. Now, if you want to go and check that out for yourself, that is at Long Hop Podcast. Links in the description below anyway. But yeah, I'm back on it. I'm taking the sails of the ship. I'm going for it. Find us on Twitter. I could do with some friends on there. Already got a couple. You guys know who you are. But Owen, the Long Hop Cricket Podcast is back on Twitter. I just want to ask you, why did you leave that to die? Our Twitter, we could be on millions of subscribers now, but you left our dormant Twitter for ages.
I can give you a good reason. I remember when you gave me the login to stuff, I went to do it and you changed it without telling me.
Yeah,
so it's kind of hard to do stuff when someone changes stuff, the logins, without telling me. So I thought, well, I won't bother. That's why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You got the password.
There we go.
Anyway,
there we go.
I am.
There we are.
The only reason
That's it. There we go.
This podcast goes out everywhere.
There we go.
We are the Long Hop Cricket Podcast. I'm Dave. I've Owen sat beside me as usual. We are here to discuss the second test between West Indies and England. And we've got comments because we've got some YouTube beef. Diss tracks at the ready.
What did you say?
Diss tracks at the ready.
What's that mean?
Do you watch YouTube?
Yeah.
Like,
Did you see the pause? Of course I watch YouTube.
Do you watch like British creators on YouTube? Like the British kids on YouTube?
I don't know.
Or do you?
No.
So you do know is no. There's a real trend at the moment, which is everybody is sending like a diss track, like a disrespectful a rap song, to each other. They're all like friends, but they're all like because it increases the views and everybody wants to watch it. So yeah, we're coming after whoever that subscriber is who keeps on trolling us.
He's not a subscriber.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to this game. I actually tweeted earlier. Get Long Hot Podcast.
Go on.
This has been the best game I've seen England play, or the best test match I've seen since Jimmy Anderson got out in the final over against Sri Lanka.
Right.
2 or 3 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer. This has been one of the best test matches in the last 10 years. As a test match, this has been one of the very best. And I can't tell you how happy. I don't normally get this happy
The
over.
last 10 years?
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's been when I watched England versus New Zealand, it was a very good test match. We won on the last day. That Sri Lanka game where Sri Lanka won on the last day was very good.
Think of all the test matches in 10 years. 2009,
maybe. Monty at Cardiff. And I'm thinking Edgbaston 05.
What about... Are you talking about in England?
No, I'm talking about... England playing. I can't recall too many.
Okay, yeah, but what about England saving it at Brisbane?
Yeah.
Getting 500 and something for one.
That was also a very good game.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. I think... Though this was... Probably,
are you talking about, like, competitive back and forth test match?
Yeah, test match cricket at its finest, you know. A competition between both sides.
What about South Africa with Stokesy getting that 200? That was pretty cool.
Not competitive as like this game, though. You know, I've never been this happy to watch England lose. I just thought it was just a great game, and I think it was going to deter me from that. I think when I watched the countdown, you could kind of see it happening from about they needed about 70, 80 runs. You could see it happening. West Indies were playing really well. I just think that's one of the best test matches.
Yeah,
I've seen.
I think I've got a few things. We'll get onto it, but I've got one thing I'm happy about from losing.
Yeah.
But I've got a few things which I think will be hard to disagree with, but we'll see.
Well, I think we have to agree on that. If this is test match cricket, if we can replicate this kind of pitch, then it won't die. But I think we've seen that test matches with a game like this is the best form of cricket. It gives you the most entertainment, the most satisfying to watch, the best actual cricket and skills on show. I think you can't argue with the fact that games like this will save test match cricket.
Well, It's definitely the best format for the chance to have the best game.
Yeah, and we,
Definitely.
you don't kind of see that turnaround in
You
an
just
ODI
don't have the
game.
time, do you?
Yeah, you don't have the opportunities to
Yeah.
see a game swing from team to team in the manner it did in the last 5 days. And also, I'm not a big advocate for 5-day cricket, but this is a perfect example of why it works really well. The first game of the summer to go the full 5 days.
Yeah.
And if that's how it's going to work, then we continue to get games like this, then 5-day cricket is a must, in my opinion. If you can replicate that pitch, if you can have pitches like that give opportunities for teams to counter-attack, for teams to change their position.
What do you think was different about that pitch?
I actually think it got better and better, rather than getting worse and worse.
Was in for the batsman?
Yeah.
Right.
I think it was supposed to spin a lot on the last day. Yeah,
People were spinning the ball a bit.
Most probably got I think Mo got the most spin, but it didn't look like there was a pitch that had many gremlins in.
No.
It looked good to bat on throughout, really.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Test match as a whole?
I really liked it. Oh, it was a really good Test match. I've got a few things that annoyed me about England.
Right. Yeah.
As they made it competitive when it didn't need to be.
Well,
But we'll go through the game.
At the same time, West Indies played out of their skin, if you like.
They played well above what's expected of them. Absolutely.
And then at the same time, it's so strange because the batting was brilliant from West Indies. The fielding was dross. They dropped 7. England dropped a few as well.
Yeah, dropped some doddles.
West Indies could have actually really hurt England and could have won it a lot easier than they made it.
I think England,
by dropping those 7 catches. I think West Indies really could have come out with a 10-wicket win. They made it difficult for themselves. It was great to see a comeback because the Edgbaston game.
It's not going to get any worse than that, is it?
And then
the Edgbaston for West Indies, it's not going to get any worse.
To come back in a week from Edgbaston, which is a laughable test when you think about it now, when you put it up against this one, to come back and bring out that performance, and for this young team who haven't scored lots of hundreds, who haven't won lots of games, I think this is like their 4th or 5th win in the last.
I like the quick bowler that West Indies brought in. I thought he made a big difference.
Yeah.
Shannon Gabriel.
Yeah, Shannon Gabriel.
You want to run through the teams?
I'll go through the teams. So Tom Wesley, David Milan both keep their position. So does Mark Stoneman. We see Chris Wokes come in for Toby Welling-Jones. I wanted Chris Wokes to come in, but they didn't let Chris Wokes have a bowl at Birmingham, which is his home ground, for the sake of the idea that he hasn't played enough cricket. I don't think he's played a game since that game. It's not like he went away and played for his county.
Yeah, I know. Bizarre, isn't it?
And actually, he came into this test undercooked, especially with the ball. Looked good with the bat.
Not with the bat.
Very good with the bat. But with the ball, he didn't look like the Chris Wokes we saw before his side strain.
Yeah, I think it just takes time, doesn't it? If you've been out, he's been out for a long time and hasn't played that much cricket. And I think it's all about rhythm, isn't it? So he's obviously lost some of that and just needs to get it back.
His pace certainly wasn't there. And for West Indies, Bishu comes in the leggy.
Mm-hmm.
And Shannon Gabriel.
Yeah. I like Shannon Gabriel. It was kind of like Fidel Edwards, but a massive version of him, wasn't it? His bowling action was very similar.
And he
sort
got
of
good
that
pace,
big,
good pace.
slingy action.
Yeah.
It was interesting, actually, because his bowling action, if you just watch that, you'd say, oh, he doesn't bowl that quick, but he's sharp.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, he's sort of that kind of lazy action, but it's really producing some pretty good speed. So I like watching him. He's a good bowler.
Yeah, you like him, do you?
Yeah, I thought he bowled well. I thought he played well.
Got a problem with the front foot no balls. He played a warm-up game where it was something like he bowled 20 and God knows how many
and
overs, 5 or 6 overs.
Watching the highlights.
Oh, the umpires. But
who did he get out? He got, I can't. He got someone out, I can't remember who, and they reviewed it. They stopped and reviewed the no ball.
Oh,
and it was a no ball, but they still gave him out.
Yeah.
I don't understand what happened there.
Yeah, there's.
To
be honest with you,
there's a bit behind the line, but where? I didn't see anything behind the line.
I think Bishu got away with one. the only things that were bad about this game. Okay, England's batting in the first innings, but
Bowling.
I don't think the umpires were.
Well, you don't think they're up to scratch?
I don't think they had the best game. It was not. It was similar to the Edgbaston.
Do you reckon they actually affected the game? As in that they...
It's so difficult now because of...
yeah. And it's hard to say because West Indies dropped a lot of catches.
Yeah. But then also, whilst they're having a bad game, they might have had things overturned.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, has it affected that much? I'm not saying that England... England don't blame anything on anybody else apart from themselves. Don't say it was bad light at the end of the day and it's unfair that West Indies got the bat. West Indies deserved the bat. They were winning from about tea. They looked like they were going to win from about tea time. Anyway, let's move on to actually going through this game innings by innings. England won the toss and decided to bat first. And we see a really bad England actually in the first innings.
Yeah.
Cook gets a Jaffa, fair enough.
Well, that happens, doesn't it? That happens, but it's...
West Indies bowled well, actually. They pitched it up and they weren't scared to pitch it up. And there's a worry at Headingley that he pitch it up, it needs to swing, and it generally does it at Headingley.
Yeah.
But there's a worry that you will go for runs before you get a wicket. So you'll get hits. You go bang 4-4-4 and then pick a wicket in the next over kind of thing if you keep on pitching it up. And West Indies had the bottle to keep on pitching it up, actually. Stoneman, we're going to talk... We're not going to go through everyone, but especially talk about the guys the three positions that are in.
We'll talk about the team after the match because there's a lot of questions about the team.
I think Stoneman got one pitched up and, it beat his bat on the inside. Slightly worrying. But fair play to Roach. Pitched it up, kept it pitched up.
He's quick as well, isn't he? So
Wesley, we've seen it before. LBW, almost identical. I suppose it wasn't quite the same, but playing around it and hitting him on the pads. Bit of a worry there. It's another.
I know. I mean,
failure for Tom Wesley.
Do we want to go through it after? Let's go through the game because because there's it's gonna let's get so Wesley. It's just a bit of rubbish again from England with batting. It's interesting because I've seen things going, the key is England's batting depth. Like, well, can't we get rid of the people? Like, why do we have depth but don't? It's like, there's loads of players that are not neat. They're rubbish.
Yeah, we've had this discussion a million times on this podcast. So it's difficult to continue saying those things. Root gets another 50 and gets out. I don't know how many times we have to say that on this podcast.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, Root's got this love affair with the sweep. And it gets him in trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's edged a non-turning ball against Bishop and it's gone straight to slip. Lack of concentration or lack of execution in his shot. He shouldn't be getting out. Not for 59, not against Bishop on the first day. That's disappointing. Although, the thing is with Root, it's difficult to criticise him because he generally makes 50 a lot.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
And he does get runs when you want him to go big, but he does.
It's funny when you start just getting a reputation for just getting 50s. People start to get annoyed with you.
Yeah.
Do you remember Shane Watson?
Yeah.
For Australia, he'd make 50 every time he opened up, and they start getting annoyed with him. It's like, well, hold on. It's
I said it on this show before that Joe Root will actually make his average. Not many players make their average most innings, do they?
It's only a matter of time, though. It's only a matter of time before he makes a big score.
Well,
he's past 100.
He's made big scores. He made 100 in the last game, and he made 190 against Africa.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're getting 50 all the time, even if you're not capitalising, I'd rather you get 50 every time and then go on and get 100 every now and then.
Though there's a big difference between him and Cook. The fact that Cook's conversion rate is a lot better than Root's, but Root will make 50 more than Cook.
Exactly. So
I don't know. You're a cricketer of some sort. Why does he? I don't know. Maybe you studied it or whatever, mentality-wise, but why is he getting to 50 so many times and not converting to hundreds?
I don't know. I mean, there's probably loads of factors, but could be that he relaxes a bit too much once he gets to 50.
So it becomes...
It might even be like one of those sporting hoodoo things.
Right.
Of now that's highlighted. Now all he thinks about once he gets to 50 is like, oh, now it's not going to happen. It'll only the more it gets highlighted, the worse it will get. And like you said, it's not like it's been ages since he got 100. Do you know what I mean? It's just something that because he gets 50s a lot, people want him to get hundreds.
Do you think he should be getting hundreds?
Well, yeah, but any top 5 or top 7 batsman that gets 50 should be looking to get 100. And he is good enough to do it. He's good enough to do it. But it's like I can't have too many issues with him getting 50 all the time.
Well, it's kind of baffling that he doesn't get 100, though.
Yes. Yeah.
But like, it's what you're saying is it's better to get 50 than to get 20.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is baffling that our best player can't go on and get 100.
I think the problem is that we don't have the batsman to make up for it.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
so if he doesn't get, we need him. If he's getting a 50, we need him to go and get 100. Yeah. It's not like he's got the time if he can just get a 50 and then we'll wait a couple of games and then he'll get. So no, if he doesn't go on, we don't have that many people that can make hundreds in this team. Or do make hundreds.
I don't know if it's you can't give him any more responsibility, so it's not
exactly.
The only thing I think of is pushing him number 3, and you say you've got to bat with Cook, and then you've got to just stay there for a long period of time. Maybe you'll look to get hundreds then, rather than on the counter attack with the likes of Stokes and Bairstow come in. I don't know. I think it's one of them cricket mysteries. That the reason why he's not up there with Steve Smith or Kohli, or he's not the top of the pile. Maybe Steve Smith is. Maybe you could argue Kohli's better, but it's because he doesn't convert hundreds like the other guys do, or like Cookie does.
Yeah, I've got that. Joe Root is not the problem with this.
It's
but
you're right to say there's a problem.
Yeah, but it is something he'll be looking at. Like, why aren't I going on and getting
very
hundreds?
disappointed in. I think it was his second innings. We'll go on to, but he looked very disappointed.
But I think it's just like if I was his coach, like, relax. You're getting 50s. It's not like you can't make a score.
Yeah, it's not.
You're getting started and you're going on. You're getting a 50.
He's now equalled the record. I think it was Jack Collis's record of 12 50s in 12 Test matches.
Yeah,
in a row. So it's not like he's out of nick.
Exactly. He's fine.
Fine.
I just think that it's highlighted because England's batting is so fragile that really we need him to go and make 100. That's why it's more of a deal than it would be usually.
Yeah, okay, yeah. David Milan's...
Matt, he can use up a lot of balls.
Yeah, he can.
Can't he?
He's a gutsy little player. He made 8 in the first innings. But
39 balls.
Holder bowled well at him, actually.
It was more in the second innings.
But he failed in this innings, and that's 3 failures from our 2, 3 and 5. But Stokes comes in and makes this somewhat respectable with a quite brilliant counter-attacking 100.
Yeah. And
the way he got out was frustrating, but we can't have a go at him. He's got 100 under his belt kind of thing. If you're not having a go at Root for making 59 and getting out, I don't think you can with Stokes. He made exactly 100, gets stunned by Gabriel, trying to pull Gabriel.
It's the way he got the 100.
Yeah.
It's the way he got the 100, so it's like
17
live by the sword, die by the sword.
100 off 124 balls. Brilliant counter-attacking. We saw Moeen try and get involved. Now, I'm sorry, but I don't know how many times I've said this to you. That Moeen looks like the most beautiful player when he's playing. But that man knows how to, when he gets out, he knows how to make it look ugly. Skews one straight off into, gully or point area. Like a really lofted drive.
Yeah, well, he's very handsy. Very sort of like flary, wavy with his bat. So when he times the ball, it looks incredible. But when he gets out, it's going to look nasty because it's sort of flamboyant. He bats flamboyantly. So when he does make a mistake, it's going to look pretty bad. I think,
258 all out, just under 71 over.
That's poor.
Yeah, that's
really
well
bad.
Below par. It's probably at least 100 runs below par, isn't it? If not 200 or 150.
But saying that, I still thought England were in the game.
Yeah,
because all we've got to go off is what we faced in Birmingham.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're like, that's bad, but we'll be all right.
But West Indies, this isn't necessarily a very strong West Indies side, is it? Let's go into this game. Although they bowled well. Like you said, you asked me if they've got a bowler, and I said Kemal Roach last game.
Yeah.
Gabriel's now joined him.
Yeah.
Both picked up 4 wickets. Both bowled really well.
Yeah.
Both kept to a plan. and found success, actually.
I think to be threat international cricket, you need two people who can, on their day, be really good. And I think Kemar Roach and Gabriel are those two
Definitely,
bowlers, and it just makes such a massive difference. Because I feel like in Birmingham they had Roach, and then you go into that's a bit harsh, but nearly part time, and you need one of them to contribute like a mainline bowler.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Holder's a bit of a weird one. He's the captain, but he's a bit like the Darren Sammy role. He can't.
Yeah, he's like
particularly brilliant at batting, but not particularly brilliant at bowling. It's kind of a bit of an odd one.
And he's their next bowler.
Yeah.
When Gabriel's not playing, it's like that's not really good enough in Test cricket.
I think there's too much more to say. I think you got to give credit to West Indies. Stuck to a plan, bowled it.
Yeah. Bowled full,
and
you just wait.
It's kind of strange because we're going to go on to the West Indies first innings now, and it's not like the England boys didn't know how to bowl on that track.
This is.
And it's not like they don't know how to bowl at Headingley. They've had a lot of success.
This is one of the things. We've spoke about it before, more with Stuart Broad, but I think it's just an England thing. We have this thing: we play a Test match, or we have a certain run, and we just kill teams bowling.
Yeah,
we just murk them, and it's just not a competition. We bowl really well. And then we get like this weird like overconfidence and start bowling short. We bowled short, but I don't understand. Ben Stokes, I don't think he knows what the other side, the upper half of the pitch is. Like he can't do it.
Yeah. No, Jimmy
Wokes
Anderson
bowled short. Stuart Broad bowled short.
I think Jimmy picked up his 5 and knew how to bowl on that wicket.
But
But
everyone should know how to bowl on that wicket. Why are they bowling short? I don't understand.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I'm sorry, but the commentating is massively biased. I mean, sometimes Ben Stokes, I just saw him bowl short, just constantly bowl short. Bowled one short, nick behind. But I surprised him there with a short ball. I'm sorry. Come on. He's not surprising anyone with a short ball.
I didn't think Wokes, and I'm a big Wokes fan.
Yeah,
he looked
back. He looked like he hadn't played for ages, which he hasn't.
Yeah.
And he has. Yeah, his pace was down, and he just wasn't bowling full. So it's rubbish.
Though, let's have a look at the two Centurions.
Have you ever watched the film A Knight's Tale?
No.
With who's the guy who played the Joker? But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Have you never seen A Knight's Tale?
No.
Well, anyone who's listening, just Google The Knight's Tale. There's a ginger guy in it. Looks identical to Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes is like an angry version of him.
And you, I think my favourite ever, the way you've ever presented a character on here or
right
talked about a cricketer and visually, you said the only reason people like Ben Stokes is because he's ginger and angry. And let's talk about the two Centurions.
Headingley, right? What's it renowned for? What's it renowned for when you're bowling?
Swing, spread it up and it'll swing.
Right. Can Ben Stokes swing the ball? Behind James Anderson, he's probably the next swing, but why is he bowling short? And we lose. Everyone bowled short. It's rubbish.
Stokes picks up a disciplinary.
Yeah,
there's two disciplinaries in the game. We'll get on to the second one. And it was swearing between teammates, like in the West Indies. The second one. Now that's ridiculous. I think if you
it's not schoolhouse matches. Are we going to punish people for swearing? It's not schoolhouse matches.
I think because there's no offence. I know that's not what it's given for. It's given because it's on the stump mics and whatnot. And I'm a big fan of the stump mics because I think it gives people.
It's better listening when you can hear the ball come off the bat. It's just way better. And it's much better quality.
It's cricket, and I've listened to a lot of things about.
And you like hearing the umpire as well. When they're sort of bowlers walking back and you can hear them talking to each, it's kind of cool.
But those stump mics are a brilliant aid for people who are unfortunately have no sight. It adds to their experience.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
And if you take that away, then it makes
just the viewing of cricket way better.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of the stump mic. Keep that. But I think Ben Stokes got his disciplinary for being a bit.
He was swearing.
Of a knobhead. Now, Ben Stokes, I don't know what this is about Ben Stokes. I quite like him as a player. But like when things don't go wrong, how many times do I have to watch you kick the dirt? swear, start beating yourself up almost. Stop fucking bowling it short.
Well, yeah.
He's like,
The thing is,
he
like,
gets so angry with himself when he bowls 4 balls, but he bowls them over and over again. And it's like, I find it very difficult
I'd
for
love
you
to speak to him.
I find it.
Like, why are you getting angry? You're bowling 4 balls and you just keep bowling them. That's why you're getting angry. Stop
find
bowling shit.
The thing is, what I find, it's almost like a bit of a, no, this is me being unfair.
Right, but you're going to do it anyway, yeah.
It's that he's almost like putting on a bit of a show, being like, "Oh, damn it," you know.
Oh well, no, yeah, definitely. It's all like
he doesn't mean
hot
to
air,
bowl
isn't
it.
it?
He doesn't mean, but like it's gone to the boundary, so he's like, "Oh, I am fiery. I am."
Yeah,
This is not good. Like Popeye.
Like, I'm upset with myself. Look, like, yeah, I know, we know it was bad. You don't need to.
Simple in cricket. A
You
lot
can't-
of ex-players have come out and said, "This is ridiculous. You should be able to swear on the pitch." It's it's men at.
You're gonna find if you're gonna go by that, you're gonna find a hell of a lot of people.
Stop swearing on the pitch. It's not. You listen to some people. Listen to Test Match Special. No, it was on the Tuffers and Vaughan show. Courtney Walsh went on there, and he says, "I despise sledging. I do not have. I have no respect for someone who sledges. You can give them the eyes, you can stare them down, but if you're going to start saying things about them personally and things like that,
But that's different to what Ben Stokes got done for.
But I'm saying that. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
like totally different.
But I'm saying that he wasn't effing and blinding. He never came down, and you can't say he didn't have the energy
You can't
or
get
the
in
aggression.
you can't get in people's face and start swearing at them. You can't assault people. But you're never going to stop someone who bowls a bad ball and it gets slapped, going,
fuck
"Oh,
yeah."
fuck," like that. Or,
Yeah,
it's
but
like-
a lot of players.
it's using your common sense of when someone's getting aggressive and being
Yeah, okay.
offensive to
Okay,
when
yeah.
they're annoyed with themselves and they swear under their breath because they bowled a bad ball.
But a lot of players have come out and said it's just part of the natural aggression of cricket. And what I'm saying is someone like Courtney Walsh or Ambrose or one of those guys were very aggressive cricketers.
Yeah.
And they were
Yeah,
fiery.
I reckon he ever swell.
And they were cool on the pitch and they gave you that dead eye. They certainly didn't act like the likes of Ben Stokes.
Yeah, well, Ben Stokes throws his thing out there. It's like he's 12 playing and he thinks he's the best player on the pitch and someone hits him for 4, isn't it? Every time. But I think it's like, I don't know. It's common sense, isn't it, when it comes to swearing? Like,
I get really annoyed with players coming out and saying this is ridiculous, but I can't swear at work. Not a lot of people can swear at work, especially if it's in front of.
But it's a slightly different workplace, isn't it?
But I get. I get upset at work.
Yeah, but your
fine.
performance isn't under pressure. Do you know what I mean? To the same extent.
Okay,
You're not being televised,
Yeah.
and your physical performance, and then you do badly, and it gets magnified, and you're not
So you think the stress-
competitive
the
to the
stresses,
point
yeah.
at the international. It's like,
that's fair enough. Isn't it?
and when people play sport, you just get into it, and you get annoyed when you do badly, and that results in you swearing a little bit. It's common sense. If you start effing, like standing in the middle of pitch shouting,
Yeah.
I used to play with someone that did that.
Yeah.
It's just embarrassing. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
of course. So yeah,
But if you just let an F word go because someone slapped you for 4,
yeah.
then the umpire can have a word. But do you really need to give him a disciplinary for it?
Well-
Like, can we not grow up a little bit?
The only thing is though, it doesn't. An F-bomb gets dropped on the mic. You're
Talking about like some rap song or something.
if he was, what I'm saying is, if you're talking about just what comes up on the stump mic, an F-bomb's dropped. It doesn't matter what context it's in. The viewers at home and the listeners at home have still experienced that F-bomb being
Who's
dropped.
offended? How many people are actually offended by it, though?
Well, if there's young children, then maybe mum and dad don't want Ben
No,
Stokes.
of course. Yeah,
going,
no one
"Fuckity
wants.
fuck.
Yeah, I don't think he does that though. Does he into the stump mic? Like if he walks up to him, and goes fuck into the stump mic, then there's a problem. But if you're worried about your kids hearing swearing, then don't let them watch sport because they swear all the time.
Well,
it's just a natural thing.
That's upsetting to hear, though, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
I wouldn't.
Do you reckon you'd have been upset when you were 8 hearing Ben Stokes swear on the mic?
Well, that was just the way I was brought up and lived my life. But there will be people out there that will take offence, aren't there?
Yeah, I know, but come on, guys.
And I don't like the idea of
No,
you don't like a swear word, then you lump it rather than the swear words. Just cut the swearing out.
Yeah, I think this. It's
Cut
not
it
even
out.
a discussion, is there?
Cut it out. It's
What
the best thing.
altogether? Stop it completely.
Yeah, let's just ban it. Should we finally talk about
Yeah,
the West Indies, the two Centurions?
yeah.
Craig Brathwaite,
Mm-hmm.
decent.
Yeah, they did well. They did well.
Now, Shai Hope,
I'll tell you what I'd be interested in. I don't have in front of me. Is the map of where the ball's pitched to the runs they scored.
I can tell you what, in the first innings, I think Stuart Broad, only 50% of the balls were going to hit the stumps of Stuart Broad's ball.
Yeah, but that's important. But also, like, how many of those were in the good area that they faced?
In the second innings, Stuart Broad changed to about 20%. Were missing the stumps.
Because I would be amazed. It's just mostly going to be short.
But for Shai Hope, that's his maiden Test 100.
Yeah, they did really well. They did the both of them, and they used 250 balls each. They've done really, really well.
And Craig Brathwaite, I think he's a brilliant little opener. We've seen that both Craig Brathwaite and Shai Hope being compared to the likes of Cook for Brathwaite. And
yeah, that's a big jump, isn't it?
But he's a kind of similar player who takes up a lot of balls at the start of the innings and knows his role in the team.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's going to score 10,000 Test runs.
No,
but I'm saying that.
It's an easy comparison because Cook is someone everyone knows because he's so good. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And Hope is the player that bit of flair to him. Played a brilliant shot in the second innings. It was.
I like Blackwood in this team.
Yeah,
he's like their Mo and Ali.
Yeah, we said that he hasn't got that in him, but it looks like he has.
Yeah, he's just a battler.
Yeah.
And he's just like really aggressive.
Got some bottle.
He has got some bottle. He plays some stupid shots, but they tend to come off. I saw him hit a 4. It's like a sort of long hop wide, slightly above his head outside off stump that he sort of slapped down through mid-wicket. Yeah. It's like, what is going on here? He's just aggressive.
Holder comes out with a brilliant 43 at the end of the innings for West Indies. Now, this could have been a lot different. We haven't talked about the drops in the first innings, but there were some drops. But the England players got away with a few. Stokes in particular got away with 2. One at the very start of his innings, and so did Root. But
is it Mo in the...
Mowing dropped...
Was it the second innings or the first?
Roach in the first innings.
Yeah.
And cost us probably about 40-odd runs. And I don't want to say that...
Took a good catch, though.
I don't want to say that Mo,
it's not Mo's fault, but you got catches when matches.
That was a dolly.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's his fault.
It wasn't Roach, was it?
Yeah, it was Roach. Yeah.
Mo. Oh, he dropped 2 then.
Mowing dropped Roach.
He dropped someone else as well at mid-on. They just tried to slog it.
Yeah, that was...
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Don't know about that.
Well, he dropped Roach, and Roach went on and made all those runs.
But yeah, got to hold on to catches.
Because West Indies dropped 7 catches and it cost them over 200 runs in the game. So it's difficult to start slating Mo and saying...
No, I'm not slating Mo. We need to be...
I think, 5 for Jimmy, 2 for Stokes.
Bowled badly, I think.
Below average.
Really bad.
Poor, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, England fight back with a bat, which was great to see. Because we've seen England... We talk about...
This is the one thing I like about that I saw from this Test match. Because we've said I have definitely, that as soon as England lose, they just give up and can't be bothered.
I was going to ask you this. And I don't want this to sound disrespectful because we've been bollocked on this podcast for doing that. But did England... The only reason England fought back was because West Indies are...
Oh, what you think? Well...
So England were never out of the game because West Indies aren't of the calibre of South Africa. Actually, West Indies are probably, one of the lower, if not the lowest.
Yeah, it's only going to help you, isn't it? It's only going to help your mindset. Go, look, if we just post something, we've got a really good chance of winning the game.
Do you think that England could have done that against, I know, the best of the best, but could England have done that against an Australia, fought back?
I think...
This happens in the Ashes. Will England just capitulate and just go...
I think you're right. Definitely a massive factor is the team you're playing against. But...
I don't want to say it just in skill. I don't want to say that...
No.
It's so easy to say, these bowlers are better than these bowlers. Of course I'll capitulate. But I'm saying like a mentality thing. Did England think we're always in this game because we should be so much better than West Indies?
It's definitely England's mentality. Because we know we have the batsmen to do well and they just give up. But they didn't. They batted really well. Well, really well. they got back into the game. I think the problem with England's second innings is where's the 100?
Yeah.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chances at getting 100, and no one got one.
I tell you what annoyed me. Holder did cook over a little bit. Holder can't bowl above 80. He can't bowl 80.
Did you see him bowling that second innings? The ball was going all over the place.
Yeah.
It was seaming and swinging.
And he can get it to bounce.
It looked impossible to play. He bowled really well.
I was listening to some commentary, I think it was on Test Match Special or Sky Sports, and they said Holder bowls at a similar pace to Paul Collingwood, but doesn't the ball change do different things? And we saw it for Philander. I can't talk about that. I just don't understand how you can bowl.
What do you mean?
I understand.
It's
but
just
what I'm saying.
It's what you do. It's just moving all over the shop.
Stoneman makes his debut. His maiden Test match. 50.
Yeah, ballsy that was.
He did well.
He did well. He did do well. It was ballsy. It was needed as well. It was good. It was good. Yeah. He does look quite solid, and then he plays a shot he gets away with.
Yeah, but
he looks like he's a solid batsman, and then he'll play one that he nicks past the stumps, and you're like, oh, what are you doing?
In this innings, he's looked way better than Jennings had throughout the whole summer. No, Jennings, I don't want to take anything away from him. I think he was just in very bad form. I think Stoneman did look pretty strong at the crease.
Yeah, he looks all right.
Wesley.
Shocking. What is he doing that second innings?
Yeah.
What on earth is he doing?
I think there was a lot of talk about him having a scrambled brain because I don't know if you saw almost a run out between Stoneman and
Wesley. Yeah.
And poor old Bishu. Bad throw came into Bishu. I don't know if it was Wesley or Stoneman. But
he missed the stumps from like.
He had all three.
Yeah.
And he was only about 6 yards out. And then we see an over.
I don't think that makes you play that shot.
And he just flashes out a wide half volley.
The thing is he looks like
I don't think he's good enough.
He can bat, but if he's doing that, the mentality's not there, and you need both. You need both.
Yeah, I don't think he's been worked out in Test cricket, and he looks. I think he looks worried. I think he's nervous.
I don't know if he's been worked out. I don't think there's a set way of getting him out.
Well, I think he's poor.
I think he gets himself out. I don't think he can't play the short ball, or he can't.
No, I think
he
can't play that.
He keeps having a lapse in concentration and playing a stupid shot.
I think I don't think he's good enough. I don't think. His technique certainly isn't going to be. There are players that are leg side players, but if he's going to play a leg side player, he either keeps that. I know it's difficult to change that because it's whole game.
You say if you're a leg side player, don't miss the ball.
No, what I'm saying is that he needs to improve on other areas of his game. And whether that is him digging in like a Jonathan Trotwood, whether that's him being mentally...
He's definitely a question mark.
At the
definitely
crease.
A question mark.
But if he's going to play in that manner and cover all of his stumps up or going to be a bit flashy, then you haven't got a career.
That was a terrible shot.
Joe Root, 72. Guess what? That's not 100.
Yeah, but still, 72. That's right, isn't it? 50 and then a 70. Right.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about. We've already.
Milan.
No, what does no?
I know.
That's
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is helping or not.
No, I said I wanted a player that was a gutsy little player, like a Collingwood, like a James Taylor. No, James Taylor was pretty.
Have you seen his county record?
It's not that great.
I don't understand how he got picked.
He made 80 in a T20 game for England. That's how he got picked. It's quite simple as that.
Right. Okay. Well,
but Owen, I called for because there's this idea of flat track bullies.
Yeah.
That England will only do well.
You reckon?
He came in a pressure situation.
Yeah.
And he came in the Edgbaston. He came in a pressure situation, and he's churned up 186 balls there.
Yeah.
We both called for something like that.
Yeah. Do you reckon he'd do it in India when we have a collapse and the Milan comes in? You go, oh, that's all right. He'll stick around.
I don't think I don't know if he's good enough for this team.
That's what my worry is.
But what I'm saying
is he's managed to shove together 250s, but he's not good enough.
But what I'm saying is that he is.
Yeah, how can you rate a player if they score runs? You go, he's not good enough. Do you know what I mean?
It's difficult because I don't know who I want there. I do know who I want there. We'll talk about that in another podcast or whatever. But
he's called Ian.
Well, maybe want Ian at a different number. I'm calling for Ian Bell to come back and for Alex Hales. I'll go into detail on a different podcast. I will do that. That's fine. But
I don't.
David Milan is in a better position than Tom Wesley in this situation, isn't he?
It's weird. It's weird. It's just, it's all on your last performance, isn't it? Because before this test match, Tom Wesley was, I would say, comfortably like, he's better, definitely.
You said that the position was pretty much fixed for number 3.
I think it is, or it was, because we don't have anyone to go there. We don't have someone in the wings putting pressure on him to take it.
Chris Wokes.
So if he gets you, like, what's he going to be in a team for? Do nothing. And he gets a 60 not out. I want a batsman.
No, I don't, let's not go into that again.
Right, but you've been proved wrong.
But I think Milan is, okay, he could do with scoring 100, but he's done what we kind of wanted at number 5. Gutsy little innings, churned up 187 balls, made a 60. And whether he's going to be good enough to go to Australia or he'll play well in Australia is a different matter. But he's kind of doing the job at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, and at least we've got someone we can pick and go, there's some reason why he's in the team. I don't want to pick a newbie going to Australia.
Well, we might have to.
No, I know, but that's just rubbish.
Well, that's why both my players have played for England before that I want to bring into this game. And both done well in the ODI format.
Oh, brilliant. Good. Let's pick Lythe because he got what he did well in the 2020, didn't he? Fucking hell.
And they've obviously scored runs at this match.
It's an easy fix to this problem, but we'll go through that at the end.
Johnny Bairstow, stop being an idiot.
Right.
If you start reverse sweeping, if you get in...
Right. We got Mo and Ali as well. He just bashes an 84, just doesn't give a shit.
Just Mo and Ali like making hundreds. Honestly, I know I'm taking the piss here.
He only makes daddies.
But he just smashed it down. Was it long on or long off's throat?
Yeah, I know, but he's just going at it.
84.
Why did we declare? That's what I want to know.
Are you not? Really?
Yeah.
You
for 8.
Were you?
Why did we declare?
So we can have a few overs.
We got we got Chris Wokes.
We're gonna get 100
and 60. Why do you deny him the chance of getting 100?
Because we want to give him a few overs before the end of play. No.
What? No.
You don't have 2 cracks at them.
No.
So they're deflated. You've just seen Mo and Ali smash you around with Chris Wokes.
I know it's easy to say now, but I didn't think when I was amazed. Seriously, when I looked at it, I thought,
you know what you're talking about. Honestly, I think you're ridiculous.
I thought when I saw that we got out, when we let them go in for 300 and whatever it was, they had to chase, I thought we must have got all out. I couldn't believe he declared with that many runs on the board. You
don't think it's a good idea to have 6 overs before the end?
Not if you haven't got enough runs.
It's 320. That's a good chase. They even
yeah,
get
but
that in
it's
a
definitely
day.
possible, especially if you've got people who've just got 2 people who've got hundreds. They're going to be really confident.
So you would have just
but bowling that's dog shit. You go, oh yeah, we'll bowl short them again. See if they can do it again.
So how long would you have batted for?
I would have batted. I would have gone either Chris Wokes to get 100 or we're going to get all out.
So would you have declared at all?
Well, yeah.
I'm talking time frame here. How long would you have let them bat on for?
How long? I'd have definitely. I might have had a little go in the morning the next day.
Well, you have to, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have a little go in the morning as well. See what the deal is. I'm not just going. Hang around as long as you can and see if you can get 100. They're still going to be having a go.
Yeah.
But I'm not declaring at 300 and whatever.
So you don't think it's a good idea to have 2 cracks at them? One after a long day in the field, deflated, opening batsman, try and get it to swing late on in the day, try and pick up a wicket maybe in gloomier conditions, and then have another crack at them in the morning afterwards. You think, actually, let them sleep on it, let the openers come out effectively fresh on a good wicket. Do you think that's a good idea?
I think getting more runs would be more demoralising.
You'd have preferred, but then you offer the West Indies.
You've already got, so you're comfortable. You go, I wouldn't mind declaring now. You go, okay, how about with 50 more runs? You go, well, what do I give up? Well, you give up having a go at them tonight, which we might, if we took 3 tonight, that's a massive bonus. Then you've made a great decision.
Well,
if they're still all right and they go into tomorrow,
so
we haven't gained that much.
How many would England would have got off those 6 overs? 20? 25?
Yeah, and then bat a little bit the next morning.
And you want maybe, I don't know, another? I think, so that's you maybe that's an hour of the game really out, isn't it?
So say they get 30, not 30. Say they get 20 that evening,
Yeah,
and then you get
6
another
hours,
sort
so
of
that's about
40
half
the
an
next
hour.
the next morning.
that's about 45 minutes.
Yeah,
So
cracking an hour. Yeah, that's fine.
You'd have taken an hour out of the
Yeah.
game. I have no problems with the declaration.
Yeah.
I think it was attacking. I think I'd definitely would have done it.
I was surprised.
No, I like to see it, and I hope Joe Root's not put off now from making his declarations. I think that was a brilliant way to play the game. Chris Wokes would have taken him a lot longer than I think maybe the hour to get that. To get 40 runs.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do it. Well,
I think
Chris Wokes doesn't have to get the 40 runs.
You said that you'd bat on until Chris
Yeah,
Wokes got his
well,
100.
give him a chance, but I'm saying he's still got to go. If he's, I'm not giving him the mentality.
Yeah,
We're
okay,
waiting
I
until he gets
understand,
100.
Yeah. No, I've got no problems with declarations. The bowling for the West Indies. Chase picks up 3 in this innings. Chase is all right. I'm not that great on. I think Holder bowled actually surprisingly well. He's a bit of a
Yeah, he
bowler.
bowled really well.
You think he's not going to be that great, but he does a job and he did it fairly well. Oh no!
What?
I don't know if
Hasn't recorded.
I don't know if it stopped. A little thing came up on my screen to say something. Do you want me to just pause this and go back and have a look?
Yeah.
Look. No, recorded all fine.
Okay, good.
Right, let's go on to the last innings and wrap this game up.
Yeah.
We've got lots to talk about. We've got comments. We've got...
Okay. West Indies batted really well.
Anyway, that's the end of the game.
Yeah, but they did, didn't they? They batted really well. They batted perfectly when you're chasing a good score to win a game.
Again, Brathwaite and Hope. Brilliant. 95 from Brathwaite. Hope's the only person ever in first-class cricket and Test cricket to score 2 hundreds in both the innings.
Yeah. It's done
over
really well.
400, 500 games, something ridiculous over 100 Test matches.
What do you think
it
will
was.
happen in the next Test match?
She gets dropped. No.
No, but like England versus West Indies now. Because I think England probably fell asleep on them.
Yeah,
I think West Indies played out of their skin, and I'm not taking
No,
away from how well
thing
West
is, though,
Indies
I don't know if
did.
they did. I said that earlier, but they dropped 7 catches.
No, but
They played very well, and they played they batted consistently brilliantly. But
I
that's
think
because
their
they
bowling was a world better.
yeah, of course it was from what we saw.
Their bowling was just not. It just never looked like taking wickets.
But they lost 19 wickets in a day in Birmingham, and they've made something like 700 runs here.
Yeah.
Almost 800 runs. I always now those blokes bollocked us, right?
We just get
yeah,
onto this in a minute.
We'll get on to. But I always feel like we're running out of time here, and we want to talk about other things.
Right.
And this is a great game, but I feel like I don't want to, I'm not putting down West Indies because we lost or anything.
Yeah.
But it's like we want to move on, so we're just going to quickly look at this innings and just wrap it up, aren't we?
Oh, so what you're saying is don't get offended that we're not basking in the West Indian win.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no, I'm saying the greatest innings of the match was probably this innings. A great run chase. West Indies found themselves 197 for 3.
I never really felt
346 for 4, and then 350.
They didn't look like giving it away at any point. I don't think.
No.
And that's exactly how you want it. They batted really, really
Carl
well.
Brathwaite, I think, is a brilliant opener. He's a really good opener. And he sets...
I'd love to listen to what you said about him in the last podcast.
No, that's fine, Owen. I've got new data. I've seen a game. I've got new data to say I can change my mind on that.
Okay.
He's a good opener.
Okay.
And this little Hope...
Would you want him?
to go alongside Cook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take him. And I'll take Hope to go alongside the other
Interesting.
guys.
Okay.
That's because they're in good form.
Yeah, right.
But did you when you were looking throughout the game...
Change of tune.
when you were looking throughout the day,
Mm-hmm.
when did it get to the point where you thought, oh, we've lost? Because they had partnerships throughout.
Yeah.
Even Blackwood came out and scored quickly, 41 or 45.
I think it's once Hope gets in again. Because we get Carl Hope out for a duck.
Oh, did you see the way it got out? Broad drops it and then it goes up for the run out.
No, I didn't see it, but I'm thinking once he gets out, hopefully now there's just a slow drop of wickets, and then they'll just capitulate and we'll win.
So,
But then once Jarhut gets in, then he's sort of got 50. Then they're building a bit of a partnership, and it's like, oh no. They did really well.
So
England bowled badly though in this Test match.
when Chase gets out, I know Chase only gets 30 odd, 246 for 4. You still thinking? You thinking? Were you think everything in draw at one point? Because I did. I thought when they needed 100 off 28, I was like, oh, you know what? England could force a draw here, pick up a couple of wickets. West Indies will just look to stay in the game. But
That's what I'm hoping for England to win it.
yeah,
As soon as West Indies look to draw the
you
game,
thought they might be able to.
then we're going to
just go.
We'll get them out.
Thing is, though, we saw drop. I don't want to talk about drop catches because West Indies dropped 7, but England will need to really buck up their ideas because this West Indies team
quite simple. I could fix it quite quickly, but
West Indies have shown us that they're not just here.
I think it's got to get on your pip because we did it, and I think pretty much every pundit did. Just like this team isn't good enough to be playing against England.
Yeah,
they got bashed in the first game, totally slaughtered to the point where people are like, should we really be playing them? You can't get any, if that doesn't motivate you to go, well, we've got nothing to lose now. Let's try and, let's get back into it.
I listened to another cricket podcast and the guys on that said...
What are you doing that for?
They said West Indies wouldn't even be able to get out of Division 2 of the County Championship.
Is this like someone saying McGregor wouldn't land a punch?
England need to regroup. They've got a little bit of time to do that. West Indies just need to... Have West Indies already done enough on this tour to go back effectively? Almost like Conor McGregor, victorious.
But it depends on the next game.
Victorious.
If they get battered again, then it's like, oh,
really?
well...
Really?
Yeah, if they get battered... If they like the first Test match, if that happens in the third one, then you just go, oh, well, anyone could have one Test match where they did quite well. Or it will then become, oh, England just didn't turn up in the second one and gave it away, which I don't think they did. I don't think you get scores like that unless you play well.
But I think I still think the West Indies did. They did better than England, and they did well enough, didn't they, to win the game? I think
they got multiple hundreds. England bowled badly, but you still got to go and make 100.
The only reason that's saying that West Indies didn't play the best was because they dropped those 7 catches. But I'm saying that
you've got to play even better if you drop 7 catches.
I'm saying that their batting was brilliant this Test match.
Yeah, and their bowling was a lot better as well.
But I'm saying that their batting won them the game.
Yeah, definitely, because they chased down a good score in order to do it. Right, so should we move on to...
drop that.
That's really West Indies fair play.
Right, we've got, I think...
We going on to comments? Or do we want to sort out the England team then do comments last?
Well, we'll go quickly. Go on then. What do you want to say? Because you're busting a nut here to tell me what...
Right.
Wait.
I'm pretty sure I've already said it.
Right,
we've got an opener.
No, yeah,
we've got an opener.
Is this idea of bringing in another bowler?
No. But we'll just move people up. And the problem is, Johnny Bairstow...
Who are you bringing in?
Saying Johnny Bairstow saying you're being silly, being stupid. He's batting so low down the order for the quality of batsman he is.
Yeah,
and Moeen Ali batting that low is ridiculous.
No, what you say, you bringing another bowler?
Just move him up a little bit.
You bringing another bowler?
Well, Chris Wokes come back, can't
Are you bringing another bowler in, Owen?
Yeah, why not?
Ridiculous.
So what are you going to do?
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I'm taking out...
You keeping Milan?
Yeah.
Right, so you need a number 3?
Yeah.
Who you putting there?
This works. No. I am taking out Wesley.
Yes.
I'm just giving someone else a go.
Right. Okay.
I think
we've got all those batsmen all the way down there. Good.
No, all right. Then this is what the things you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Put Joe Root there, which I think Joe Root needs to go there. Would you agree with me? Joe Root needs to go number 3.
I think we've already got in the team top 5. But go on.
Joe Root goes number 3.
Yeah.
And then you bring in probably an Alex Hales that bats 4.
Yeah. All right.
Milan can stay 5.
Okay.
Or
I still think that's
you
silly.
subscribe to this idea that, which a lot of people are doing, they're thinking about saying, Johnny Bairstow, you go up to the top 5, we'll bring in a keeper to replace. So Wesley's out.
Yeah.
Root 3, Johnny Bairstow 4, Milan 5.
Quite like that.
And we'll bring in a keeper.
I think you could get rid of Milan as well. Bringing in a keeper. So now Bairstow's just a batsman.
Yeah.
You can get rid of Milan as well. We've got loads of batsmen.
Yeah, there's that.
I like that. I don't mind that. That's a good idea.
Though it's like, it's almost, it's a bit of a weird one because
That kind of sorts it.
but Johnny Bairstow is an all-rounder, you know. Why can't we just use it?
No, sorry, being a wicket keeper doesn't count as being an all-rounder.
Okay. I don't subscribe to your idea of bringing another bowler.
Well, no, I hadn't thought of the wiki. That's a much better solution.
I'm saying Ian Bell 3.
You're an idiot.
Alex Hales
That's
5.
the most stupid
Why?
thing I've ever.
What's wrong with it?
Because he's too old. That's stupid.
That doesn't matter. He's got
That's
to play
just-
one
That's
series.
stupid.
He has to play one series.
That's not even taking it serious.
No, it is.
No, it isn't.
That's what I want to do.
No, it's not.
It is.
You're having a go at me for being silly for an extra bowler, and you want to bring in Ian Bell. That's so stupid.
We know he can play cricket.
You're an idiot.
We know
You're an idiot.
Owen.
Let's move on to the comments.
No, Owen.
I'm not taking that seriously.
No, Owen.
That's stupid. Yeah, we could 5 years ago. Yeah,
Why not now?
absolutely.
Why not now?
He's too old, mate. He's too old. When was the last time he faced someone he bowled 90? I'd love to know that. I'd love to know the last time he faced someone he bowled 90. It will have been a while ago. He's rubbish. Just leave.
Are you saying he's not good enough anymore? Or are you saying
he's not good enough anymore.
Yeah,
And
because
even
he's
if he
too old.
was, he'd have to be playing now to get back into the sort of. He's not going to come into the England team and play well in the Ashes when he hasn't played international cricket for years. When he had massive spats of being shit then.
So no.
And we've got loads of batsmen. We're not lacking batsmen. The problem is all our good ones are fucking miles down the order. So when they get in, they go, well, I haven't got any time because I've only got 2 other people to bat with.
Ian Bell 3, Hales
You're
at
an
5.
idiot.
Right, do you want to do comments?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Jack Peters, it's Craig Brathwaite, not Carlos.
Right, your big mistake.
Freudian slip. Jack Peters, I would pick
I
Crane.
don't think you know what a Freudian slip is. That's not a Freudian slip.
What's a
But
Freudian
go on,
slip?
No, I'll explain later.
Oh,
I can't be
okay,
going into it now.
I would pick. I would pick Crane as he played there last year and has experience of those conditions. Crane's not getting in. Didn't get into this game. Won't get into Lords. They can't afford to experiment, can they? England. Can England afford to experiment
In the last one.
at Lords? Yeah.
They
afford to bring in Crane?
No. We just. Well, I don't
Does
know.
Wesley
Yeah,
play?
fuck it. Yeah, why not?
Does Wesley play?
I think they'll pick him.
But would you pick him to play in that game last game? Because Nasser Hussain came and said, "Oh, it's not going to make a massive difference if you're going to." It's like so negative. Not make a massive difference if you drop Wesley before Lords or after Lords for that new batsman coming in. So not one game's not going to make much of an impact on him. He scores 100 in it. It will.
Yeah.
If
I
Ian
think-
Bell
I think-
scores 100 in a game, he'll feel a lot better.
I think
against
if we bring in that new wiki, it'd be fine.
right. So, but no Crane.
No, I don't.
think
No,
so.
not yet.
Jack Peters has come with his team actually. He's 11 for the Ashes. Hamid at 1,
Right.
Cook 2, Hales 3. Oh,
Right.
that's too far up for Hales. I like a middle order. 5.
Right.
Root 4. Butler 5.
Right.
England don't want Butler anymore, do they?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's Bairstow. I'm guessing Bairstow's still your wiki.
wow.
So you're just doing it the other way round because you think if you were no, but I'm saying if you were going to bring Butler in, he'd then be a wiki and Bairstow would become the batsman.
Yeah, but
by the sounds of it, he's making
Jack's put
Butler as a
number
batsman.
5. I don't think England look fondly upon Butler as a Test match player. There's a lot of talk about
Let's get on with who's 6. Stokes.
Stokes. Bairstow 7, probably with the gloves.
Bizarre.
8, Ali. Wokes 9, 10, 11, and Broad Anderson.
Yeah. That's a bizarre team. I wouldn't.
I think that's too far. Hales is 3. Oh, I don't like it. I don't think he was great opening. Though
That's a bizarre team, isn't it?
Butler, I think you might want to swap him. England are just falling out of love with Butler in Test cricket. Could work.
Well, I wouldn't pick that team.
That's Hamid.
Hamid's a bizarre one because surely he needs to be playing now. England obviously don't see him as their go-to opener.
Well, that's because of poor county form.
Because
right?
because he'd be in the team now.
So Hamid,
But there's players you want to bring back that England don't even consider play the game. So
Hamid, Hales, Collingwood hit 177 today.
yeah,
Hamid, Hales, and Butler have got big question marks over there. I think you could rejig that batting order. I'd probably put Root at 3. That's probably a bit stronger. Hales 4. Anyway, we'll move on. Thanks, Jack. Interesting team. Arkit Ranadiv. England aren't really improving themselves by playing against the West Indies. Arkit, you've just had a crack at that one subscriber.
Not a subscriber.
Yeah. RX
So
subscriber.
let's get on because
Shouldn't get carried away by this performance before the Ashes. Exactly right. We just got battered.
we didn't know, did we? We lost a really good test
Yeah, we
match.
lost
We didn't
very
get
good
battered.
We lost our 5 wickets. Okay, battering. Jack Peters, #KB for England. I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm bringing Ian Bell back, I'm bringing KP back as well to open.
What's the next one?
I kind of want to touch upon Arkit's comment again. Shouldn't get carried away by this performance before the Ashes. Were we again? We weren't getting carried away with it, were we?
I don't think so. I think we were saying it was a bit depressing that Windies weren't better.
Yeah, and I think luckily,
Maybe we were. I mean, we are massively biased.
Arkit's kind of right. We shouldn't. This isn't improving ourselves. Australia out in Bangladesh.
I think we just want a bit of confidence.
Yeah, and we need to. Anyway, Anmol Gupta. This is a would you rather.
Right.
Would you rather win the Ashes 5-0 or win the World Cup beating Australia in the final?
Win the Ashes 5-0.
And me. Would you rather face Warne on a day 5 Indian track or Jimmy and Akram with a new ball in English overcast conditions? Good question.
Warne. I'd shit myself facing Swansea.
Yeah, it's an odd one, isn't it? Because it's going to be a lot harder facing. Cause like,
You think it would be harder facing Shane Warne?
No, it's going to be a lot harder facing.
Right. Yeah, I would take Shane Warne.
There's a chance of getting hurt.
Right.
Maybe he means
For England.
doing well kind of thing.
I'd say England would have
of a
more
challenge?
chance than England. Because they're dog shit in India.
No, this is for you. What's more of a challenge if you were an international cricketer? What do you think would be more of a challenge? Warney on a day 5 pitch.
Someone bowling pace and it's hooping all over the place.
Would you rather have Jimmy never to play for England again or never see Cook play again? It's Jimmy never to play again, sure.
Yeah, because his career's nearly done anyway.
All right, let's say they're both 25. Because I've got to make this like...
No, I want Alistair Cook.
This is the best one.
Right.
Would you rather see KP or Bapara play for England?
KP.
You'd rather see KP?
Yeah.
Well,
Because
you
he
hate
might
KP.
make a run. That would be hilarious. If he got picked for England again, when he said he wants to play for South Africa, that would be hilarious.
I was playing on my cricket game on my phone.
Right.
Cricket captain.
Yeah.
Offered Bapara a contract because he's a free agent. He didn't come. He wanted more money. Wasn't that pissed. Dr. Red Pearl, an Australian, Jason Gillespie, tail ender, got 200 against Bangladesh.
Yeah, we were talking about...
I can't.
Yeah, I
remember
can't. Again, we lose the context of these, but we were talking about relying on people down the order or something to score runs. And you said that Chris Wokes couldn't bat,
right, yeah.
which is a lie. You said he was rubbish. I remember that.
Remember, guys, offences never given, always taken.
Is that his comment?
Yeah, well, that was his old name.
Yeah. No, I know, I get it.
Kind of fits in with what's going on
Right.
on the Long Hot Cricket Podcast with our
Okay.
68 subscribers. I was laughing at myself batting for hours and still got out for ducks.
Okay.
Aww.
Yeah, that's not nice.
I reckon he could do better.
I
than
did it
ducks.
when I started. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just don't bat for very long and get ducks now.
You didn't have... Did you make a run in your first season?
No.
At all?
No, but I was batting 11, but yeah, I went holes. It took one wicket and didn't score a run. Loved it.
For starters, I would get rid of number 2, 3 and 5 and replace them with us 3. Good idea.
Jesus Christ.
Where would you bat?
Where would I bat? Well, first of all, we don't know the quality of him, but if he's seen a cricket ball before, he'll be in front of you. So I don't know. I would pay a lot of money to see the stress you would be under if you were playing international cricket.
Right, where would you want to
Just
bat?
the sweat.
2, 3 or 5? What's best?
I'd go 5.
Well, but
That's a lovely
so then
position to bat.
where do you put me?
You can go 2. That would be hilarious.
Ivan has come back and said, well, his first comment from Ivan. Cheers, Ivan, for commenting. Dan Lawrence should be picked, averages 45 in first-class cricket, and is 20. Yeah, chat about that.
Where's he?
Opener.
Oh, right, okay.
Averages 45, age 20.
Put in 3.
That's such an England thing to do. Right. This is where the YouTube beef starts.
Yeah. We have mentioned this before. We mentioned it at the start of a podcast, didn't we? Saying that this fella got upset.
No. I just hope he doesn't take offence for me not being able to remember his name.
Well, let's...
Danny Equam?
Right.
Lol. Take some licks for your pomposity.
Right.
I was just giving what I thought was constructive criticism.
Okay, but you got offended and left. But okay.
That doesn't mean that it doesn't.
No.
For us,
yes.
because we didn't.
Yeah, no.
We didn't run off and leave. You know nothing about the team and wrote them off before a ball bowled. So did everyone.
Is this
else.
comment after the first Test match?
No.
Oh, it's after the one they just won, not after the first one. So he waited.
So it was about 40 minutes after they won, an hour after they won, when we were just tuning up to do this one.
Did he comment after the first Test match?
No,
because we didn't know anything about him before that either. But I think we got the first one quite.
Have you ever heard of the expression "only sing when you're winning"?
Oh,
it just came to me. I don't know. Constructive criticism. Take that. Yeah, and wrote them off before a ball being bowled.
And they got smashed in the first Test match.
And so did everybody else.
Yeah.
It's not like we went against the grain. Yeah, we're not the most knowledgeable of the West Indies team. But those who are also said they were dogs. And we want to see West Indies do well.
We were saying after the first game, that's like... Everyone wants there to be more strong Test playing nations. And the fact that West Indies used to be the best... It's just a bit deflating now that they're like down at the bottom of Test match status. It's just rubbish.
I haven't resubbed, but I can't wait for the next podcast. I cannot wait. Laugh my ass off.
Yeah, wow.
The thing is, though, is like you've got offended.
Yeah, he's taking it personally, even though I don't.
We never really meant any offence.
No, well, I think we just got way into
we got wrapped
the
up in
Ashes,
the England team and the Ashes come out, and we
didn't comment on it.
Maybe we were disrespectful, but we didn't really mean to be.
I
think just didn't talk about West Indies.
We didn't talk about them because we didn't really know about their team.
And
so
I
how
kind of
much
said
we got to say.
Shit. They're not great.
Well, they did get hammered in that first game.
They're very good this game,
and they've come back really strongly. And I hope the next one's just as competitive.
I've really enjoyed this game.
Yeah, and I hope it's the turning, but.
Also, last thing I promise. What is the likelihood another West Indian is part of your Gangan?
Yeah.
Gangan? Yeah. Following of 68.
So, he's just going on odds, is he? When he said he was the only one.
Probably the same chance of us winning the third test. It's a banter.
Well, so he's guessing. So he doesn't know, but he's guessing. Like, we didn't know the West Indian team, and our guess was that they get smashed, and they did.
Pomposity at its best, I say.
Pomposity, well.
Resub, get involved.
He doesn't have to resub, but I don't know what he's got offended by.
Yeah.
He's just out to get us now.
Troll.
He just loves the fact. He loves the fact that he will have... I bet he's just following it so closely, just hoping that we lost.
I think, to be honest with you, let's put the foot on the other hand.
Hey?
Foot on the other hand. Difficult.
Freudian slip.
Is that a Freudian slip? Let's, what is it? Put the shoe on the other foot?
Right, yeah, whatever.
If we're going to listen, let's listen. We're listening to our favourite podcast. Not that we're here.
Yeah.
We're listening to a podcast that we enjoy, right? And our team pops up. Let's say England. We're listening to Australian podcasts.
Right.
They don't talk about our team. We're kind of waiting for our team to come up. We're looking forward to what these guys say. And that we just say that they're shit. And that's it. That's the only thing we say about them. And, your team's been written off.
Yeah.
And then they come back and win. Would you be, would you feel something similar to this subscriber? I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah, first of all, I don't think I'd ever get upset enough to actually, to comment on something. But
it's like I said,
that's fair enough.
It's almost like going to a party and there's 68 people in the party. You bypass all of them and go and tell the people who are running the party.
But we want people to comment.
Yeah, of course we want people to comment. I love the comments.
I've got no problem with it. But I mean, first of all, we're solely we are England supporters, so we're always going to be biased towards England. And if I was listening to an Australian cricket podcast and they were playing England, I would expect nothing less than for them to just if we listen to a podcast, an Australian cricket podcast now, and them assess the England team, they would destroy it.
Yeah,
they would tear it to pieces.
Yeah, well, I've listened to Australian,
but sure, people know, don't they, that it's not very good. Don't West Indians know that their team isn't of the quality of other Test match playing teams?
West Indies fan.
Yeah, you know when your team isn't that good, don't you?
Yeah, is that not depressing though? Do you not want to stand up for your team?
Yeah, but you're not deluded, are you? Like when Aston Villa played, you knew they were rubbish and they were going to get relegated, and they got smashed and they got relegated. There's no Villa fans if they got ripped on Match of the Day going, "Oh, disgraceful, disgraceful."
What about this comment?
And we gave them their fair share. They just beat us and they played extremely well.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Would you like him to resub?
Yeah, I want everyone to subscribe.
Aww.
I just don't really know what he's got massively offended about. I mean, you called him shit. Maybe that's.
It's our pomposity, by the signs of it.
Hey,
probably didn't slip again. Well, I think he was upset that we just wrote.
Well, it's 1-1. Let's have the trilogy.
Yeah,
it's 1-1. We'll see. I'm looking forward to the next podcast after the next Test match.
Don't leave me now.
We'll see what's going on then.
All right, we'll wrap that up. This has been a long old one. Anyway,
if you're new around here,
subscribe.
Yeah.
Get on the Twitter.
Give us a little comment.
Give us a like. We will be back on Sunday for another episode of the Long Hop Cricket Podcast, which we're going to record now, by the way.
Are we?
Yeah. So,
okay.
We'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah. No.